guacamole, holy guacamole. I just got hit by a car, and you're the one who swept me off my feet, pushed me in the street, left me in a coma. Guacamole me, guacamole you. I just got busted for drugs, and you're the one who sold me to the Fed, leaving me for dead, played me for a fool. Making guacamole, mix it in the bowlie. I just got mauled by a bear, and you're the one who covered me with honey. Thought it was so funny. How could you be so cruel? Take it. That's good. Captain Guacamole, Officer Stromboli, I just got shot in the face, and you're the one who had the smoking gun. Love is just no fun whenever I'm with you. Guacamole coma, Yuma, Arizona. I just got hepatitis C, and you were standing there with a syringe. How it makes me cringe, breaks my heart in two. Holy guacamole, lumpy, green and rolly. Baby, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause even though I'm down upon my luck, I don't give a fuck, long as I have you.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Check. Test. Help. Asparagus. Asparagus. Help. Alexa, what's the weather?
The current weather is 61 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds, with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. Would you also like tomorrow's weather?
No. Alexa, is this a good day to make tuna?
From cheapsheet.com. These grilled tuna steaks take about a half hour to prepare, making them a good choice for a quick weeknight dish.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Henry's glorious, epic tuna melt. Sorry. I want to say I'm a little under the weather again. This is the third time this year that I've been under the weather.
Okay.
Which is very disturbing to me, and I apologize. But I will say that I am trying to grow a beard, and that's not part of whatever illness it is that I have. It's just more of a fashion choice. It's something I'm experimenting with because I haven't really been leaving the house much, so I figured why not try a different fashion choice. I don't want anybody to get alarmed. I know that beards can be alarming to some people. It's still me, guys. It's the same old Henry from Henry's Kitchen. It's just that I'm going to try something different here with my face. Going to do the best that we can to get through this. I want to thank a couple people here. XXX Genji just resubscribed. Thank you. And Bacchus resubscribed for 7 months. Thanks, Bacchus. Beelzebub resubscribed for 7 months. Thanks. The Derpy Owl has resubscribed. Google D's Nuts just resubscribed for 5 months. And Fawcam resubscribed, Tier 1, for 7 months. Bull Patrol has resubscribed, along with Hacklin resubscribed for 7 months, and Pally K. So I want to thank you guys. Those are very long-term subscriptions, and I intend to do Henry's Kitchen streams for the rest of my life. So stick around. Perp Terp has resubscribed for 3 months. Thanks, Perp Terp. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our dish today. I've been having a real hard time cooking lately. Cooking is like a fickle mistress, they say. It's something that one day treats you like you're a god, and then the next day it's gone, and somehow your credit cards are all missing from your hotel. And but cooking is something that we have to do, but it's not always easy, and it's been very difficult for me in the last couple of attempts that we've made. So I thought I'd go easy on myself today and make something that I've made before that is it is gourmet in its own way, and you can use some wonderful ingredients that I've got here. But overall, this should be a pretty simple dish to make. Hot Bear 1110, thanks for resubscribing for 5 months. So let's get right into it, guys. Again, I'm sick, so I'm gonna do the best I can to get through this. But it might be a relatively short stream, maybe about an hour or so. But we'll see. Sometimes things can take a lot longer in the kitchen than you wanted to, but we'll do the best. Archmage Kale says the apron looks like it's new. You probably wash it every day. No, actually, I don't wash the aprons. And I think the reason for that is because, and I might have mentioned, there's a pizzeria in Chicago called Pizzeria Uno that prides themselves in never washing any of their dishes. Because when you wash it, it replaces the smell of the wonderful food that you just made with soap, and no one wants to eat soap. So if you just maintain the flavors, and cleaning your kitchen materials is gonna destroy that. So I'm not a big fan of cleaning in the kitchen. Jacoby says the flavor is in the apron. Absolutely correct. Everyone type Forson says, I have bad news again. I recently lost my job as a pole vaulter. I'll never get over it. Well, that's very disappointing. It sounds like you're having a lot of difficulty with staying employed, and you know, that's not easy for me either. But yeah, no, I'm very sorry to hear. So I guess you were a pole vaulter. But you'll get over it if you keep trying. Silent View just subscribed. Thanks. And I think there were some other ones here. Andy the Timid has subscribed, as well as Twigs KC. Somebody whose name I can't see here for some reason. I see your title says Henry's Glorious Tuna Melt, but all I see is a melt. Please clarify. Oh, okay. Yeah, the pictures in the beginning are not always going to be the same as what we're making. Utvol14, I'd been looking for a good tuna melt recipe, so this is perfect. Okay, good to hear. Parasitosis, I still plan on making videos for the YouTube channel too. Do I still plan? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to make one today too, even though I'm going to be under the weather. Or I've been working on one. I'm going to finish editing it today. And I usually put them out on the Patreon, and then a little while later I'll put them out for the public. Dio Fantos of Sweden has resubscribed. Thanks. And Silent Vu. So thank you guys. Microsoft XL, is the beard necessary for the upcoming recipes? Absolutely not. It's not a functional choice that I'm making. It's purely for aesthetics. You got to change things up. If you don't change things up, you're dead inside. And then eventually you're dead on the outside as well. So, Storm Salmon, aren't we all living in some sort of weather system? I don't really know how it works. Yeah. We are in a weather system, I believe. The weather system of life, I guess you could say. Zcron1C, I watched the video of your act. Any plans to go on tour? Okay. No, unfortunately, I've gone around the country a little bit this year and done some traveling, but I'm trying to think of a way that I can incorporate doing a tour of teaching my cooking lessons to yourselves. The only problem is if I did that right now, I might be lucky to have maybe 5 people in an amphitheater, and that's not going to make for a really good demonstration. So I'm going to keep working on that, but that would be on henryphillips.com. Purple Donut Filling just resubscribed for 6 months. Thanks, Purple Donut Filling. Is Fruit, sorry I didn't finish there, and Lockjaw Jones resubscribed. Okay, let's take a look here. We've got a lot of work to do. Archmage Kale says my fishing level on RuneScape is not high enough for tuna. Can I use shrimp instead? I suppose you could. You just have to grind it up so it looks like tuna. Okay. So the tuna melt is a purely all-American dish. I had a bunch of stuff from Wikipedia about it, but I can't seem to find it right now, but maybe we can punch it up here. I'm gonna look up tuna melt. This is something you can always do. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about this, guys. All I'm getting is recipes. We already have the recipe. I wanted to get a little background information about it. Where's tuna melt from? Okay, here we go. This is from New York Times Cooking. Legend has it that the tuna melt was accidentally invented in the 1960s at the Woolworth's lunch counter in Charleston, SC, when the cook didn't notice that a bowl of tuna salad had tipped over onto grilled cheese. We may never know if this story is bullshit, but there's no doubt that the tuna melt has become a classic American diner food. This recipe adds chopped cornichons and whole grain mustard for a satisfying crunch and vinegary element. We're not going to be doing those things. Extra sharp cheddar is a must, and as with grilled cheese, the key to achieving perfectly melted cheese. This isn't the recipe that we're going to be doing, so just ignore everything I just said there. Let's get into our recipe here. Oh, maybe first though, we'll play just a little quick round of the Henry's Kitchen game that was designed by my friend Mark Cohen. A couple of people have gotten some incredible scores on this, and I find that really cool. So let's see. You basically, you can hear me okay, right? Okay. So what you want to do is you want to go around killing ants. This game is based on a day in my kitchen where I had an ant problem and I had to go around and stop them, but I found it actually very relaxing in a weird way. And we're going to be incorporating some new things. We're talking about getting roast beef in there to help out with stomping the ants out. I've never gotten more than 50, but I think there's some people that have gotten in the 200s or something. So if you get hit by a red ant, then you get to do that you have 3 times and then you die. Wow, I'm on a pretty decent run right now. 27. Oh boy, they really chase you. And if you guys have suggestions for the game, please go ahead and one thing that we were thinking is that every now and then randomly roast beef wakes up and comes out and it's like a superpower and gets a whole bunch of them. Or maybe he's an obstacle because in real life he doesn't really help out with stuff like that. Oh, okay. So that's that. So Boyo has 195. That's incredible. That's just incredible to me. Sanus Florida Man is 163 and 160. Henry's Kitchen 148. It's Kate. Wow, you guys are some really, really good gamers. I can't believe some of the scores that you guys have gotten. That's pretty fantastic. So there you have that. That's the Henry's Kitchen game. markcohen.net/ants. So far, it's still in the beta stages, but it's coming. Anyway. Doped Silicon says, I see the God Gamer there. Yeah, was that the person who had... is that Sanus Florida Man?
Okay.
Gary Busey ASMR has resubscribed. Thanks, Gary Busey ASMR. That's certainly a thing to think about. Psycho ST has resubscribed. 51 is incredible for a man of your many talents. Hope you're doing well, Henry. Thanks, Psycho ST. There's notes here that I should probably remember to do. Purple donut filling is a fruit. And morning from Korea. Good morning from Korea. Gary Busey ASMR. Okay, so I don't know if you were there the other day when we made our kimchi. Oh boy, my brain. I have brain fog, I think, from this cold that I've got. Pancakes, which were delicious, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into it here. These are the ingredients we're going to be working with. I've got 2 slices of regular bread. I'll be using a white bread today. Or no, this is a wheat bread. It's just a little lighter than a lot of white. But we'll use that. And then we've got some parsleys, salt and pepper to taste. Now remember, to taste means you put enough in there until you can taste it. And then you've got butter, 1 onion, a tomato. It says you can use any kind of cheese. I found this. It's like a cheese log type thing. Port wine cheese spread. So we'll go ahead and see what that looks like. And this, I thought this was celery, but it's not. It's something called leeks, which I think we used for a previous dish. So that's unfortunate, but we're going to see if it works. And I also have, of course, the star of our show would be our tuna, along with 2 kosher dill pickles, our mayonnaise, and the zest and the juice of 1 lemon. In terms of utensils, we're going to be using a standard fork along with a work bowl, and I also have a serving plate. So let's get started. Let's start by moving all this shit out of the way and isolate our cutting board here. And let's go ahead and zoom in on that. We're going to want to get to work on our onion. I still want this stuff out of the way here. There we go, onion. I'm going to go ahead and use a cutting knife for this. I should have one around somewhere. Red onions are very, very potent. So I went ahead and made a purchase. Every now and then you guys are wonderfully generous and do some donations. And I want you to know that we at Henry's Kitchen are always trying to increase the production value of the show here. I used to use these goggles when I was cutting onions because it protects the eyes. I mean, the only other option is to close your eyes while you're cutting onions, but I found that I was cutting myself all the time. So if you remember last time I was cutting onions, I was still getting a little teary-eyed even though I had the goggles. So I got something a little stronger. This might seem a little over the top, but this is going to protect me completely. It's actually a welder's hat or whatever. It's supposed to tighten. I don't know if you can see that okay, but this is going to protect me completely when it comes to the onion situation. Can you still hear me? Because I know that it cuts off the sound a little bit. Help! Help! Do you hear that? Okay, good. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started here. One of the reasons I'm using a spreading knife is that I don't want to get hurt, which is obvious. Oh. This thing does not want to cut. And then I'm having a little bit of issue with the helmet. Okay. A lot of people ask why I don't peel it ahead of time, and I think that's pretty obvious. It's because it unpeels as you cut it, so it's sort of like a redundant thing to do. There we go. So we're probably not going to need the whole onion here. Maybe just a little bit. Oh, by the way, a couple of things. I want you to see what this is all going to look like when we're done with it. This is the tuna melt that we're making today. And I also want to show you a shot of my cat, roast beef, who's as normal, just sitting there, sleeping, I guess. I don't know. But okay, let's get back to work here. I can tell that these are the red onion is sort of the goat of onions, if you will. Let's see, that was Consminator just resubscribed. Thanks, Consminator. The red onion is very difficult to deal with. And it's also very potent. So that's why I'm real happy that we've got this protection. The only difficulty is it is a little difficult to see from inside the helmet. But that's why I'm using a not so sharp knife. It's also a little difficult to breathe in this thing. So I'm getting a little lightheaded, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and gut this thing here. Take out this inside. It takes some chefs years to learn how to cut onions correctly. But then to other people, it just comes very natural. All right, let's go ahead and put this in a bowl. I did a little bit of a quick job with these, but that's okay. I'm going to try to remove this thing now. It's a little tight. I think we're good. Sorry, everybody. Oh boy, I can still smell those onions, but I think that helped a lot. Sanus Florida Man, Robot Henry was real all along. Yeah, no, it's just been me the whole time. So it does say it wants, okay, to whisk together the mayonnaise and the lemon juice. So let's grab our work bowl. Already made a little bit of a mess here. But, you know, in the kitchen, if you're not ready to get your hands dirty, then you have to ask yourself how much you want it. Okay. AJ Randall just resubscribed. Thanks, AJ Randall. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to pull this camera up a little bit there. Okay. All right, we want 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. So I've got our mayonnaise here, and unfortunately I've got 1/4 of a cup here. Alexa, how many 1/4 of a cup make 1/3 of a cup?
0.3333 cups divided by 0.25 cups is approximately 1.3333.
Uh-oh. Roast beef has gotten up. We'll check on him in a little bit, but okay, I didn't really hear what she said, but I think 1/4 of a cup is basically, and then of course I can't get this thing in there, so we're going to just kind of improvise a little bit. I think 1/4 is more than 1/3. So we're at least covered this way. All right, that's our mayo, and we're going to stir that up with a little bit of lemon juice. So I've got our lemon here. We'll just go ahead and slice this up. Lemons aren't very easy to work with either. You just want to juice it. Of lemon juice, it says it wants the juice of half a lemon. I guess I already put too much, but that's okay. Lemon's good for you. Thanks, Egg Roll Stone has subscribed. Thank you very much, Egg Roll Stone. Let's grab a whisker. I know I have one somewhere. You could probably just use a fork. Okay. Now we're going to add in our tuna. Fortunately, this has the peel off. Oh! They don't make these things easy. Roast beef is probably going to come by because he's a big fan of tuna. So we're doing 2 cans of tuna. If you're just joining us, we are making Henry's glorious tuna melt. We've bought some really high quality ingredients here, and we're going to enjoy a lovely tuna melt when we're done here. So let's go ahead and stir that around a little bit. Break up the tuna flakes, add the celery, pickles, red onion, and parsley. So it wants the celery chopped, pickles chopped, red onion we have. I'm going to just add our onion in there now. Looking good. Let's get a little pickle in there. Where's my pickle? Oh yeah, here it is. Boy, that does not want to come off. All right, I should probably go ahead and do this the right way. First thing I'm doing is eating a little bit of that pickle. It's pretty good. All right, let's slice this up. And we want to do the same with our celery, which again, I have this thing called leeks, which looks like celery, but I don't think that it is. But first thing we're going to do, similar to our green onions, we're going to cut the hair off. Nobody wants that. And then I think we just sort of peel this. I don't know if anybody's out there has ever worked with leeks before. I will tell you that I'm not very experienced with it. I don't know if this is the part you eat or if this is the part you throw away. Nah. No. I don't think I want that in my sandwich. No, I think that might have been what messed up our veggie ducking. So let's continue to stir here. So we're skipping the celery / leeks. We want to put a little bit of our parsley in there. Boy, that leek thing really sucks. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but it's nasty. It's like poisonous or something. Okay, so we've got our parsley in there. Now, season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now remember, this is salt and pepper to taste. It's a fancy word that chefs use to keep amateurs out of the kitchen, but basically what you're doing is you're using a salt and pepper amount that you can actually taste with your tongue. That's all it means. So I'd probably say usually that's about a pinch. Okay, so next up, let's start working with our bread. Oh shit. I have to preheat the oven, unfortunately. I forgot. I broke my own rule of always having the oven in a preheated state. So that when you're cooking and in the middle of the recipe, you all of a sudden see, you know, that you have to preheat the oven. You don't have to waste 20 minutes or whatever. So, but that's all right. We've got songs we can play. We've got other stuff. Utvol14 says, extremely hot temperatures, microwaves trying to kill you, and poisonous food. Thank you for your sacrifices in the kitchen. Yeah. No, there's really no more dangerous place in your home than the kitchen. I mean, there is the threat of burns, cuts, knife wounds, fires, and the fear of disappointment, sadness, the feeling of lack of accomplishment, and also the feeling of public humiliation if you're doing it in front of other people. So I'd probably say it's the hardest thing to do at all. I mean, that's my opinion. I know there's some people that have difficult jobs, you know, people that work on fishing boats in Alaska or whatever. I'm sure they have tough days as well, but the kitchen is definitely by far the most difficult thing you'll ever have to do. Okay, let's get back into our bread. So it says it wants to butter each side of the bread. So I have a little technique that I do where I just basically rub the stick across the back of the bread, like so. This is going to cut out any kind of confusion about how much you're supposed to put on there, but that works pretty well. Okay, I'm going to put this butter in the refrigerator because it's very soggy. We're getting there, guys. Let's see what's next on here. Top unbuttered side with 1/2 a cup of tuna salad. Okay, so it wants, I see where they're going with this. Approximately 1/2 a cup of tuna salad on the unbuttered side. That would be this. And you want to put it on each side. This is going to get messy, but that's okay. If it were easy, then they wouldn't call it cooking. I'm wondering now if I made too much tuna, but we can work with this. Generally speaking, you want to pile high and not wide. You don't want the tuna to go outside the perimeter of the bread, so it'll be much more difficult to eat. Okay, and let's just smash this down a little bit. If you're doing this at home, I'd love to see how yours is coming out. Always interested in seeing the progression of students. Okay, so we've got that. Now it wants us to put some slices of tomato and some cheese on there. I'm going to go ahead and use this cheese that I got. At this point, I really do wish I had some kind of sharper object here that I could use. Alright, I don't like to use this stuff, but I've got a very heavy knife here. My cat roast beef is probably smelling the tuna. Probably just going to grab a little ball of this, flatten it out like a pancake. Do it a little bit like that. This is going to make the melt part of the tuna melt. Wouldn't be a tuna melt if you didn't have cheese, because tuna doesn't melt. Okay. This is also going to serve as sort of an adhesive to tie the whole thing together. Let's try to put our slices of tomato on there. Boy, that works like a charm. See, this is where it gets dangerous. Alright, I'm not going to mess with that knife anymore. This is going to be how much tomato we have, no matter what. Okay. Next, we're going to put top with another slice of bread. Repeat with remaining ingredients. Place on a large baking sheet until it's melty. 5 to 8 minutes. Okay. This is going to be a very difficult part here. What I'm going to do is I need to combine these two items into one sandwich. Okay. I've lost a little bit around the perimeter, but that's okay. We could probably use that for maybe a future sandwich. But you can see something's dripping here. I guess that's the mano. Okay. The mayo, I guess I should say. Alright. I guess I might have to feed my cat here. Seems to be a little distressed. But I'll do that after we put this in the oven. Okay. I'm going to put tinfoil down on this thing because it's very filthy. And let's put this down here on a cookie sheet. My cat is standing right in the worst possible place. Okay, I've got here a cat who's standing right in front of the oven, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and put this in for, what does it say, 5 to 8 minutes. So if it's 5 to 8, you get the average. Alexa, what's the average of 5 to 8? 5 and 8?
431.5.
No. Alexa, what's the average of 5 and 8?
The average of 5 and 8 is 6.5.
Okay, so we're going to put it in for 6.5 minutes. I don't know why they make you do all kinds of math and stuff. All right. There we go. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Alexa, set timer for 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
6 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now. You can also use timers to turn your lights on or off when you want. Just say, Alexa, turn on the lights in 30 minutes.
Okay. Maybe I can set up another roast beef cam here. For the time being. There he goes, sitting in front of the oven. He's waiting to get him some of that juicy tuna melt. I think you can smell it. Okay. Wait, what happened there? Okay. There was a couple of comments here. Multi-pogo pushel, should roast beef be in such a dangerous place? I agree with you. I don't think it's a good place for him. I think we're going to have to move him. Come on, buddy. I'll be right there. I just made him a little bit of food. I think that's probably going to help him out a little bit. All right, so we have time for a couple of tunes here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see how this is going here. The only thing that I'm concerned about here is I don't know how hot the oven's supposed to be, but whatever. It just smells a little burny. All right, we'll go ahead and do a song here. We had some requests on the Discord. There was somebody named BZ Kaiser. BZ Kaiser wanted to hear this song, which is a Christmas classic. It's not quite Christmas yet, but why not try to ease our way into the mood a little bit. Let's see if I can. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. There we go, easing our way into Christmas a little bit, which is nice. Alexa, how much time left?
You have 1 minute and 20 seconds left on your 6-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay. So if it was 5 to 8, oh no, okay, yeah. All right, so we're a little bit of a crisis situation here. I need 5 minutes was way too long to put that thing in there for. I'm gonna take it out here. Hold on a second. I think I burned it. Or at least I burned the top of it. Oh. Yeah, I've had this before. There's a setting on there called broil, which broil, bake. I kind of always thought it was the same thing, but I think that every time I put broil, the thing just burns it. Alexa, stop. Jolly Awesome 1 resubscribed. Egg Roll Stone subscribed. AJ Randall has resubscribed. Thanks. Cosminator. Thank you, everyone. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're dealing with here. First, I'll grab our plate. Do a little side of pickle. I think we're going to be able to salvage it. I think I just burned the top part of it. Let me grab our spatula. I'll try to set this up so you can see it a little better here. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Okay. It's weird, the bottom part is sort of not cooked enough, but the top is too much. But we got it. We have something here. It's obviously way too cooked on the top. But we can work with that, and in fact some people even like it that way. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Yeah, if you serve this at a restaurant to a customer, they're probably going to want you to take it back. But if you're just doing this at home, it's probably not that big of a deal. Take a look at our example picture. So they used a different kind of cheese. Obviously, they used the cheddar, and they have it cut into 3 pieces. But other than that, I think we're basically where we want to be. Delicious. Guitar Doodles just donated $5. Guitar Doodles, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and I'm going to let this cool down a little bit. Let's go ahead and do another song, shall we? Made a little bit of a mess here, so let me just clean that up real quick. I don't like to leave this kind of thing on the floor since I have a cat who might come over and burn his tongue on it or something. I think I might, yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this something called an open face sandwich, which is basically where you take the top 2 pieces of bread off of it and set that to the side. And this is called open faced. So that's what we're doing there. Okay. And we've still got our cat roast beef. making some very concerning types of noises. Whatever. Okay. He's getting very curious. So roast beef, I'm sure I've mentioned before, has dementia, in addition to some other types of maladies. But for the most part, he's doing the best that he can, just like we all are. Yaza says European style. I like it. Yeah. No, I think that's basically exactly what it is. When you take the top off, it's European style. So we're gonna eat a little bit of this in a sec, but maybe first let's have a sip of our coffee here. And let's go ahead and Clown Master Spurg. We all will turn into vegetables one day. Yeah. It's very unfortunate, but it's true. I'm wondering if maybe roast beef is picking up on the sort of burn smell that we have going on in here, and he doesn't like it. Well, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Maybe go somewhere else. Doped Silicon says, would you fight one duck-sized horse or 100 horse-sized ducks? Probably say 100 ducks. Horse-sized ducks would be a lot, but all right, let's see what we got here. Got a request from Plib for a song that I remember. I think I was in high school when this song came out, by an artist named Bryan Adams, and this one was a real rocker. Casey and Love just subscribe. Thanks, Casey and Love. So I'm gonna do the best that I can with this. Double-edged board just resubscribed. This is a song by Bryan Adams, as requested to us by Plib on the Discord, and it's called Run to You. Oh fuck, I do that all the time. I'm putting it in a different key. She says her love for me could never die, but that would change if she ever found out about you and I. Oh, but her love is cold. It wouldn't hurt her if she didn't know, because when it gets too much, baby, I need to feel your touch. I'm gonna run to you. I'm gonna run to you, 'cause when the feeling's right, I'm gonna run all night. I'm gonna run to you. She's got a heart of gold, she never let me down, but you're the one that always turns me on, keep me coming round. Making love to you, but I got my mind made up, baby. I wanna feel your touch. I'm gonna run to you. I'm gonna run to you, 'cause when the feeling's right, I'm gonna stay all night. I'm gonna run to you. Something like that, boy. Oh, you know what? I think I'm thinking that maybe my cat roast beef wants to go outside. Maybe that's what's going on here. You want to go outside, buddy? There, I think that's probably what he wanted because it's gotten pretty smoky in here. Maybe I'll go ahead and do one more tune here. And first, as always, I want to thank the various people who have made this this possible for me. And I always want to do it. Boy, I don't know what's going on here. Oh. Hold on, I'm having some kind of a problem. Do you want to save? Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could explain. Oh, I see. I guess I have to come up with a title for this thing. This is more complicated. No idea what's happening here. It's I guess I'm just used to using the Mac. Sorry. There we go. Okay. I had a notepad thing open and I wanted to open another one, but you guys don't have the open recent. So I had to just sort of search for it, and that was very unprofessional of me, and I apologize, but I finally got it going here. I've got a list of people that I like to thank here, and I'm going to do it in song to the tune of Roger Miller's King of the Road. This is my way of thanking all of the wonderful people, moderators, technical helpers, other various people who've come forward to offer their help, as well as friends in the community and pretty big time streamers who've shown the Henry's Kitchen videos to help spread the word. And gratitude is a very important thing, and so this is the song that I'm going to dedicate to them. Falcon and Dingo Bop, Dung Beef and Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Oggy, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, and also Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Daisy Blossom and Sir Doom, Bubble Vision and the LGX, Pilskman Melon 95, Nim Forson and Moon Moon, XQC and Emerald, S-Fund and Bonnie Rabbit too, and don't forget Quanto, and Brian W. Foster, and my friend Bill Larkin Music, and my new friend who's got a channel, Gary Stockdale. There you go. So I think I got everybody in there. I might have missed a couple of them, so I apologize if I did. But that song is a work in progress, but I really do have a lot of gratitude to so many people for helping me through this. Why don't I go ahead and do this song here by a little band from the 80s that you guys might remember. They were a little bit more in the hard rock category. This song comes to us, by the way, from... now I got to go back to that other thing. Oh, this is recommended by Saguaro. And somebody else had done it, and we've done this song before, but Saguaro wanted to hear this song. It's a song by a band called White Snake. And no idea what they're trying to refer to in that, but this is a song called Here I Go Again. And I don't know where I'm gonna do it. I guess I'll try it in this key here. I'll do sort of a more sad version of it because I just am a little under the weather and I can't really hit the high notes like I always do. I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. Hanging on the promises and the songs of yesterday. And I've made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time. Here I go again. Here I go again. Though I keep searching for an answer, never seem to find what I'm looking for. Oh Lord, I pray, give me strength to carry on. 'Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I made up my mind. I ain't wasting no more time, 'cause here I go again. I just tacked on the ending there because I felt like it was running a little long. But hey, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
Okay.
I think we should go ahead and have some of our sandwich. Farnsby just subscribed. Thanks, Farnsby. And Clown Baby 87, Crime Beard. Thanks, everybody, for resubscribing. All right. This is an open-faced European-style tuna melt. So even though the tuna melt itself is a American creation, we're going to go ahead and eat it European style, as somebody mentioned. Open-faced, because the bread unfortunately was compromised. And if you want to look at what we're going for here, this is the all-American tuna melt. But improvising in the kitchen is a major part of being successful. So first I'll take a little bite of the pickle here. That's delicious. The pickle by itself, if nothing else, you got a pickle. Bon appetit. Okay. I'm thinking maybe I should have used a little more mayonnaise because I'm finding it a little dry. Erotica Reading Rabbi says, looks fantastic, Henry. Thank you, Erotica Reading Rabbi. Super Potatoes 1989, aren't tuna melts traditionally open-faced? That I didn't know. The picture in the example didn't have that, but Archmage Kale says, notice that your title says Henry's Glorious Tuna Melt. When are you going to melt the dish? Are you going to use welding equipment from earlier? No. Yeah, the welding equipment is purely to keep the lachrymose quality of onions out of my face. And that's why I have that protective gear. But you don't need that in the kitchen to make this dish. Strike a Genzer, how do you keep your apron so squeaky clean? I don't, actually. Yeah. A goddamned bear says nice and crispy. Yeah, it's very crispy. Well, it's lunch. Tuna's got a lot of great protein. Kuroslavia says, did you know that if you don't have an apron and don't want to get your clothes dirty while cooking, you can just wear your clothes inside out so they don't get dirty? That's a good tip. Let's see. Sura Ryuko says, can we put on some gachimuchi, Mr. Henry? Gachimuchi. I'm not familiar with what that is, but I'm going to look it up. As a matter of fact, I'll look it up right now. Gachimuchi. Is it a song? Oh, it's a game. Maybe. All right, I'm going to get more familiar with that as we go here, but a couple more bites. I got some of the parsley in that bite. That was good. A little lemony. All right. Purple donut filling as a fruit. I heard the recipe for blue waffles is delicious if you Google that. I'll do that right afterward. That sounds good. Arctic Nemesis says, okay. And, all right, let's go ahead and start wrapping up here. Mr. Vade says, you need to get one of your mods to add BTTV emotes. Okay. I've done a little bit of that myself. I know I'm really lacking in the mod department. I will confess that I spend a lot of my time researching culinary things and going to the library and looking up ancient recipes and cooking techniques from all different cultures and all around the world. And I've been lacking a little bit when it comes to some of the emote game. So I'm going to try to get better at that. So thanks for that suggestion. Ursula says, please give the sweet baby roast beef some tuna. Oh, yeah. I do want to give him some tuna. I want to make sure it's not tainted with any of this burned stuff that we had around it, because no one deserves that. But he is a big fan of tuna, so I probably will do that in a little bit. I'm a little worried about just some of the other ingredients in there. I'm a little paranoid when it comes to giving roast beef human food. I just don't want to be one of those people that you read in the news that, you know, guy feeds his cat marshmallows and then it turns out it's toxic or something like that. Gabby, I appreciate your search for esoteric culinary knowledge. Yeah, thank you. Well, this is definitely not delicious, but it's nutritious. So that's something. And, you know, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so maybe this is the perfect dish for me today. Maybe we shouldn't always be expecting good tastes from our meals. Maybe sometimes we should focus on the nutritional value. So anyway, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Holidays are coming up. We eased into it a little bit with Christmas Carol today. There's going to be a lot more. There's going to be holiday dishes. There's going to be festive kitchenware. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me today here on Henry's Kitchen. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. So thanks. It's always good to see you. And I'll be streaming on Sunday at 12 p.m. PST. And we'll have a whole Christmas thing going by then. So thanks again, everybody. Be good to each other and to yourself. And can't wait to see you on Sunday.